Hi friends, welcome to the new episode of macOS Catalina features. Today's topic is actually how to see content inside any file. Okay, so let me come to the point straight away. Here you can see some PDF documents. So unless you have an Acrobat reader or something installed in your computer, you can't open any PDF file. I'm talking about a scenario in Windows computers. Whereas if you are using Mac, so just simply select the PDF file, use spacebar. I'm not saying double click to open the file. I'm saying use spacebar just to open, and if you wanted to scroll down, and then in case if you want to read, in fact you can do even a full screen mode. You can do full screen mode, and you can straight away read the document straight away here without opening any particular file, okay, or particular application. Can you see here, by default if you open any particular application, normally you will see the particular application name next to this Apple logo, but right now here it shows Finder. That means you are on a default OS, not on any application. Okay, so let me repeat again. If you select any particular file and then use spacebar, straight away you can see the content here itself. If you have more than one page, you can even scroll. Okay, is this only for PDF files? No. More or less almost any document you can open. So if you look at here this document .docx, which is actually Microsoft Word document, and if I wanted to show you that I don't have Microsoft Office at all installed in this computer, but if without even installing the Microsoft Office, still I am able to see the content of any doc file. So how to do this one? The same method, use spacebar, and then you can straight away use this one. And here on the top menu bar, if you look at, it says open with pages. So that means if you have Microsoft Word or Excel or PowerPoint documents, you can straight away open them in Mac with the built-in applications. If you have .doc or .docx files, you can open with pages. Similarly, if you have .xls or xlsx, you can open with numbers. And if you have .ppt files, you can open with Keynote, which is a built-in application again. Okay, so I try to show you like documents. Now let us see about some images. So just select any image and then use the space bar. In fact, you can see a lot of images in this as a sequence, or maybe as in a stack kind of things. Press space bar, just use the down arrow, automatically you can see the content of each and every document which is actually right now on my desktop. So that's how it is going to work. Okay, now let me open another. Okay, I have already screenshots here. So okay, if I have double click one of the screenshot, so spacebar. In fact, without even opening with a particular application, here the default application is preview. You can even rotate, and if required, you can even some kind of annotations also can be done. So for example, I wanted to add some lines here. Okay, can you see that? So it is getting written here. Same way, if I wanted to add a text, okay, so let me put on the text field here. So I'm this is okay. Let me select. Okay, I'll move it to a side. Okay, this is text. So if you are not able to see that one, let me change the color and font details also. I'll change the color to which is more visible right now here, and I'll change the font to something else. And if you want to increase the size of the font, so like this you can do. All these things are without using any image editor application, and in fact you can do whole lot of tools are available here. We'll see that one when we are going to open image editor or some related application. Okay, so similarly some screenshots are there, so any image you can open. And now it's not just only for images, you can do it even for mp3 files also. Here lot of video files are there with me, so use spacebar. So something it is playing, and down arrow it plays another video, down arrow, like that. So that means without double clicking and wait for opening of a particular application, either QuickTime player or a VLC player or anything, straight away you can see the content here. In fact, if it is a simple file, okay, let me show. And you can even trim the content here. You can see there is an option here, like if you don't want the last end portion, I can just leave it and then even trim that one. If you save it, automatically get trimmed. And you can say revert for time being, and click on done. And then if you wanted to even rotate, I mean, it's normally rotating in a file, any video or something, you need to have some kind of editing applications, whereas simply just rotate here, and maybe it needs to do some kind of changes in the background. And if you want to completely like 90 degrees tilt, so these kind of things are very simply you can do using the quick view facility. So this quick view is actually a built-in facility to see any Mac compatible document without opening a particular application. So we'll see the next feature now. So how do I take a screenshot? So what is screenshot? Basically, whatever is there on my screen supposed to be recorded as a still image, either depends on the format you select it. Now in Windows you have the similar facility which is called print screen. Once you use the print screen, whatever is there on your content will be saved in the temporary memory, and then you have to go to another image editing application and then you have to paste it there. Whereas in Mac it works a little different. So what is the shortcut? For example, Shift Command 3. So Shift Command 3 allows you to save the document, to save the screenshot on your desktop. Okay, you can see here, use spacebar once again to see the content. Now, but see, there is a lot of clutter is there. I don't want to see all these icons. I just want only the wallpaper. So normally what you need to do, you need to select all these files and then put them in a folder and keep the folder away. All these things are not required. I'll show you a great feature. Last time we used Shift Command 3 for full screen. This time we are going to use Shift Command 4. And you can see a marquee kind of tool. Basically, this is for a selection of your screen. So now you can see that only the selected screen got recorded, but I don't want that way. So Shift Command 4 and then press spacebar. So once you see a camera icon, click anywhere on your desktop. Once you click on desktop, only you will get the desktop as a screen. So that means no icons, nothing will come back. So what is the meaning? So it is actually ignoring anything on the desktop except the desktop. Okay, now can I get in a different way? So Shift Command 4, space bar. Okay, I'll come down towards my dock and then click. You will get only the dock. That means only the dock along with the icons, whatever is there on that one. So similarly, can I take screenshot of my menu bar? Shift Command 4, space bar, and then go top of your menu bar, click, and then you will see only the menu bar once again here. So as a screenshot. Similarly, maybe the last one, Shift Command 4, and then space bar, come towards your these icons which are there on my already on my desktop, and then click. Now you'll see only those icons you will get with a transparent thing. So what is the idea? Where can I use this kind of facility? So if you are a trainer, or if you need to use these icons to create a document related to Mac operating system. For example, you wanted to teach a particular application. So if you want to create the entire thing using these icons, this is the best way to use. So now if you look at, there are a lot of icons on my desktop. Okay, so then what happens? Normally this is the typical desktop for most of the people on their computer. Now If I wanted to put all my screenshots, maybe I can right click and then create a new folder. Okay, by the way, let me show you one great feature in Mac operating system. So I'll select some of the files, or maybe like select one here. By holding the command button, I'm holding another one and another one, another one, like this is like a selected items. Now if you see, all these selected items are at a different locations. Now if I wanted to put them in a new folder, just simply right click on one of the selected icon and you can see new folder with selection, and you see a beautiful animation also here. So a new folder is created and all these files moved into the new folder, and the new folder is ready for rename. Okay, so my important files. So I just named it as per my requirement. So let me undo it now for time being. Okay, so I did the undo. Okay, now why did we come to this place? I wanted to segregate all these files, or I wanted to arrange these files in a particular style. Okay, means I want to keep all these MP4 files in a separate style, but I don't want to create a folder. So simply right click here, use stacks. Stacks actually based on your date of the files creation are modified, or even the content. All these information you can see here. Group stacks by kind, date last opened, date added, date modified, date created, or even tags. So tags is a special tool, so we'll come to that one little later. Okay, now, so what is the idea? Using the stacks, we can arrange these files in a separate style. So now you can see a beautiful way, and in case if you don't want that style, you can just simply deselect the use tags facility. So this is the latest feature in Mac operating system, and a beautiful way of arranging your files. My operating system at this moment which I'm using is Mac OS Catalina 10.15.5. Okay, so please let me know your operating system name in the comment section, so that mention your doubts or troubles, something like that, so which I'll try to give answer in the comment section. Okay, thank you so much, and see you in the next episode with more features related to Mac operating system. Bye bye.